Okay, before I start, I would like to tell you the video actually ends at 7:53. Watch out for that. I'll show you how to add just a little bit of special effects, not too much. Please enjoy. Keep my, if you press this little camera right here, I keep my focal length 10 millimeters. So it zooms out very more. I keep auto exposure on. Autofocus is depending on like what I'm doing. Like if I'm doing like one of these like far out things, I may use it to get like one of these separate shots. Like, oh yeah, also make sure you make it to where your hood is fully invisible. So then I kind of like get both of them. Sometimes I just swerve on over. So basically, just get where you want to start your cinematic clip at. Alright. So I kind of just wanted to get it to the part perfectly, just somewhere like before I kill him. So this is where I double edit, double reset, and I jump off. Alright. So I was messing with it earlier. I messed up the first recording by pressing the home button, forgetting to clip it. But I think right around here is when I kill him. So I may have to test it again, so I don't know exactly where. So about around here, yeah. So I kind of want to angle it right here. Alright, so first, to get in the first person, you want to put it on drone attach. I recommend using your controller because you get the micro movements compared to mouse and keyboard. Here's mouse and keyboard. And this is controller. So it's just way easier to use. It's more accurate to use a controller. So I'm just leave it because I already have the camera set. Speed it up a little bit so it doesn't take too long. Then bam. Alright guys, I'm gonna catch y'all on ShareFactory right now. So I kind of shoot the wall on the pre-fire and miss it. Double reset. Pull up my deagle and get the kill. Right. So I kind of wanted to start off around the time that I placed that wall. So I use the D-pad just so I can go frame by frame, which is it makes it so much easier to like make your cinematic clips like very smooth because you get like precise movement compared to using your analog stick. You know what I mean? So you're moving frame by frame, so it's much easier. So just keep that in mind if you're ever making a cinematic clip. Alright. So right now, I don't want to cut it to where I get the kill. I kind of want to leave the space in because I think I'm going to fill the gap in around here. Now, if I cut it to where I get the kill, hold up, I'll just show you. It'll be way much easier that way. Alright, so I get the kill like right here, right? If I cut it, and then now, let's say I made it to where like she wants to jump right here. I can't split it again because, like I said, each clip has to be a second long minimum, and because of that, I have to leave space in between so I can fill it in. If you get what I'm saying, I don't know if I'm not very good at explaining things, so I may not have said that correctly. But if you go with the gist, I'm getting, yeah. So here's the whole cinematic clip right here, and this is the regular clip. I already have the regular clip cut out from earlier, but here's the cinematic clip. Alright, so I want to go from the start of the cinematic clip. So right here, she's about to jump off, right? So I want to get the gun. I kind of want to make the gun to where it's like almost kind of out, but then it comes in. And if I'm ever talking like during the cinematic clips, I always turn the volume to 0 because like there's no reason for you to hear it unless I'm showing you where you get like the pump shot from the cinematic clip if I'm syncing up the beat. So like that's the only time I do it. But I deleted the rest because I don't need the rest. So just get the scraps out there. And I kind of want to. I don't want the cinematic clip to show it killing her. So I kind of want to go a little bit before. So 1 frame before the shot. It's pretty easy. You can literally tell the difference when you shoot and when you don't. Kind of bust him in the leg. That was kind of lucky. You see, I hit him directly in the leg. Alright, we're getting off subject. Alright, so boom. This right here, this left little piece is the cinematic clip. I shall play it for y'all. That is the cinematic clip. So we're going to delete all this extra. And this right here is the cinematic clip. It's just a little part when she's jumping, right? Of course, it doesn't look good by itself right now, but that's just like the little piece. Oh yeah, and also let me show you something else. All right. So if you didn't get what I mean earlier about how I said a clip can only last a second minimum, let me show you what I mean. This is as small as the clip can get, no less. Just this is as small as it can get. So you gotta be wise in what you do with it. Also, if you ever want to speed up your clips, it's gonna reduce the second. So I can't speed this up since it's only a second long because it's gonna be 0 seconds. ShareFactory doesn't count in milliseconds and all that, so it'll only be a 0 seconds, and I can't do that. Now this I can probably speed up times 4. No, that'll be times 2. Yeah, times 4 max, but that would be no need. If you speed it up more than like times 2, that's when it kind of gets choppy. Only times 2 is when it's smooth. So I get it to where she turns around when I turn my character around. So now, because I'm very near the beginning of the cinematic clip, I want to go frame by frame. So I say this is the complete 180, right? Yeah. So just a frame before she jumps, which would be about here. So this is where I began my cinematic clip. I line it up in my head, in short, and this is what happens if I move it in the beginning part of it. Alright, so then this way, depending on how big, this is why I told you to leave the space at the end, because it makes the second part easier. So right now, I wanted to go to the very part where I shoot. So I want to go frame by frame. I shoot right here. So let's see, I can't cut this off, right? So if you can't cut it off, but you want to make it smaller, this is where trim comes in. So if you press L1, it'll extend it to the left. But if you press L2 or R2, it decreases the time length. L1 and R1 increases it. So right now I want to go for the L2 because I want to go for the beginning of the shot. So if you look at the top right, you can see. So I'm person that wants to go frame by frame. Let's go pick up the frames right there. So this is the shot on press play. Because if you remember earlier, the cinematic clip is 1 frame before the shot, so it'll look like this. Exactly like that. But because I want all this, now this is where you can cut off the chunk of the ending. If you can't, I say you just trim it and just hold your art stick to the very left, and boom. So now I speed it up. Now, if you ever want to add like cinematic, like I'm not gonna say cinematic effects because that's not what it is. But if you ever want to add like layouts, whenever I do my cutscenes, I like to add a layout aspect 2.40.1, or I think that's how you say it, I'm not too sure. But it kind of gives it like that theater, like that movie vibe, sort of, by putting the black lines. And right here is where I make the shot. So if I wanted to, I can go to, let me think. I think it's in layout. Yes, this is in layout. You can get vignette. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but you can press vignette, and boom, I guess it's like this black thing around it, right? Well, let's say we don't want it to be black. Let's say we want it to be white. You go to edit layout, edit layout, select. Now, be careful what you press. Do not press X whenever you confirm the color you want. To select stuff, you must press square to get in your colors. This ought to save you time, because I know people may, accidentally press X and be like, whoa, it's still black for some reason, or whatever color it's already set to. But let's just say I want to make it white, or maybe purple, because that's the color of my character. Let's just say I want it to be, get it right there. Now press X to confirm it. Intensity just makes it like less intense, very intense. I kind of want it right around with 0.9. My inner radius, I want it about 0.30. My outer radius, don't make it below, say if you want it to look nice, don't make it below about 80 plus is where you want to keep it, because I don't like all that. I'm gonna make it 0.94. So just like the perfect blend, sort of. Then it'll feel better when you add music, of course. But let's see, is there anything I want to add? Like, if I truly wanted to, if I kind of want to make it more lengthy, I could add a transition. I'll go to dissolves, and I'll probably do fade through color, right? So it'll look like this. And what I also like to do, whenever I get the shot, because I want you to feel the shot with a beat, I turn the volume up to 200. So they feel like kind of like it sounds very well with gold pumps and heavy snipers whenever you turn it to 200. Doesn't sound as well with deagles because it's not like doesn't got that bass blue set feelings. But that is how you make cinematic clips. If you want me to teach you anything else about ShareFactory, let me show you anything else, please like and subscribe and comment down below. I will show you anything else. Just let me know if it gets the most likes. I will tell you how to do it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. That's all.